Quantum manifestation is so stupidly simple that your mind will reject it. And that rejection? That's exactly why you haven't manifested what you want yet. Listen to me carefully. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to explain exactly how quantum manifestation works. Not the spiritual version, not the law of attraction version, the actual quantum mechanics version. And it's going to be so simple, so obvious, so ridiculously straightforward that you're going to think, that can't be it. There has to be more. I must be missing something. But you're not. That's simplicity. That's IT. That's the whole thing. And the reason you haven't done it yet isn't because you don't understand it. It's because you can't believe it's that simple. Your mind has been trained to reject simple truths. You've been conditioned to believe that transformation requires complexity, that manifestation requires elaborate techniques, that reality only shifts through effort, discipline, and time. But what if I told you that belief is the only thing standing between you and instant manifestation? What if the entire manifestation industry is built on obvious and something so fundamentally simple that the moment you truly get it, your reality can shift in your next breath? Because here's the quantum truth, you're already manifesting. Right now, every single moment, perfectly. You're collapsing quantum possibilities into your reality with absolute precision. The problem? You're manifesting the same thing over and over because you don't understand the one simple thing that changes everything. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what quantum manifestation is, why its simplicity makes it invisible to most people, why nobody actually does it despite knowing about it, and the one shift that changes your entire reality. But I need to warn you, this isn't going to give you 10 steps. It's not going to give you a technique. It's not going to give you something new to do. It's going to show you the one thing you need to stop doing. And for most people, that's more terrifying than staying stuck. Because if it's this simple, if it's been available all along, what does that mean about all the years you spent searching? What does that mean about all the techniques you tried? What does that mean about the story you've been telling yourself about why you can't have what you want? Are you ready? Because this is Quantum Pathway. And we don't teach complexity. We reveal simplicity, the kind that changes everything. Let me start with the actual science, not the watered-down spiritual interpretation, the real quantum mechanics. In quantum physics, particles exist in what's called superposition. That means they exist as all possibilities simultaneously until they are observed. The famous double-slit experiment proved this. A particle behaves as a wave of all possibilities when not observed. But the moment you observe it, the wave collapses into ONE-specific reality. The act of observation collapses infinite possibilities into ONE outcome. Now here's where it gets interesting. And this is a part that changes everything. What does observation actually mean in quantum terms? It's not just looking with your eyes. Observation is consciousness interacting with the quantum field. And how does consciousness interact with the field? Through expectation, through assumption, through the energetic state you're holding. You're not observing reality neutrally. You're observing it through the filter of your beliefs, your emotions, your expectations, your identity. And that filter determines which possibility collapses from the wave of superposition into your experience reality. Let me say that again because this is crucial. Your expectation collapses a quantum wave. Not your hope, not your wish, not your desire. Your expectation, what you actually assume is true. Nikola Tesla understood this when he said, if you want to find the secret to the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Your expectation is your frequency. Your assumption is your vibration. And that frequency determines which reality collapses from the field of infinite possibilities. So quantum manifestation is this. The quantum field exists as all possibilities. Your consciousness observes the field through the filter of expectation. That expectation collapses ONE-specific possibility into your experience reality. That's it. That's the entire mechanism. Simple, clean, scientific. You manifest what you expect, not what you want, not what you visualize, not what you affirm, what you expect. And here's why this is so powerful and so frustrating at the same time. Your expectation isn't in your conscious mind. It's in your subconscious mind. It's in your nervous system. It's in your cellular memory. You can consciously want abundance while subconsciously expecting scarcity. And guess which one wins? The subconscious expectation. Every time. You can consciously visualize love while your body expects abandonment. And guess which reality collapses? Abandonment. Every time. You can consciously affirm success while your nervous system expects failure. And guess what shows up? Failure. Every time. Because the quantum field doesn't respond to your conscious wants. It responds to your subconscious expectations, to the frequency you're actually broadcasting, not the frequency you wish you were broadcasting. This is quantum manifestation. Simple, direct, mechanical. You expect it. You collapse it. Done. But nobody does this simple thing. And I'm about to show you exactly why. So if quantum manifestation is as simple, if it's just expected and it collapses, why isn't everyone manifesting everything they want? Because simplicity looks like nothing, and your mind is trained to look for something. Let me show you what I mean. When I say quantum manifestation is expecting what you want, what does your mind immediately do? It asks, but how do I expect it? What's the technique for expecting? What are the steps to create expectation? How long do I need to expect before it manifests? What if I'm expecting wrong? See what happened? Your mind just took something simple and tried to make it complex. It tried to turn being into doing. It tried to find the technique when there is no technique. Expecting isn't something you do. It's something you AI. It's a state, a frequency, a way of being. Think about something you absolutely expect to happen. Maybe you expect the sun to rise tomorrow. Maybe you expect gravity to keep you grounded. Maybe you expect your heart to keep beating. Do you have a technique for that expectation? Do you follow steps? Do you wonder if you're expecting correctly? No, you just expect it. It's so certain in your system that you don't even question it. It's assumed. It's known. It's expected. That's a frequency of manifestation. That level of certainty. That depth of assumption. That quality of knowing. But your mind can't grasp that because it's too simple. There's nothing to do with it. Nothing to practice. Nothing to perfect. So your mind rejects it. It says, that can't be enough. There must be more. I must need a better technique. I must need to do it harder, longer, better. And you go searching for the complex method, the elaborate technique, the 10-step formula, because that feels like you're doing something. That feels like progress. But you're actually moving away from the simplicity that works. You're adding layers on top of something that only works when it's naked, direct, simple. This is why people can study manifestation for years and never manifest anything significant. They are looking for complexity when the answer is simple. They are looking for a technique when the answer is being. They are looking for something to do when the answer is something to stop doing. And here's the other reason simplicity makes it invisible. Simple truths don't sell. If I told you, give me $997 and I'll teach you to simply expect what you want, you'd think it's a scam. That's IT? That can't be worth $997. I need more for that price. But if I told you, give me $997 and I'll teach you the 47-step quantum manifestation protocol with sacred geometry, moon cycles, chakra alignments, and ancient activations, you'd think, now we're talking. That's worth it. That's complex enough to be valuable. The manifestation industry knows this, so they sell complexity. They package simplicity in elaborate wrapping. They ADD steps and techniques and rituals because that's what sells. But all of it, it's just obscuring the simple truth. Expect it. Collapse it. Done. And the more layers you add, the more you move away from the direct simplicity that actually works. This is a problem. This is why nobody does it. Not because it's hard, because it's too simple. And simplicity is invisible to a mind trained to seek complexity. So how do you actually deal with this? How do you shift from wanting to expecting? How do you move from conscious desire to subconscious assumption? Here's a process. And watch how your mind tries to complicate this as I explain it. Step 1. Identify what you're currently expecting. Before you can shift your expectation, you need to see what you're currently expecting. Not what you want to expect. What you actually expect. Close your eyes. Think about the thing you want to manifest. Money, relationship, health, whatever. Now feel into your body, not your mind, your body. What does your body actually expect about this? If you're honest, you'll probably feel doubt, uncertainty, fear, a sense of, I want it, but I don't think I'll actually get it. That's your actual expectation. That's the frequency that's collapsing your reality. That's what you're manifesting. Step 2. Locate an existing expectation. Now you need to find something you already expect with certainty. Something where doubt doesn't exist. It doesn't have to be related to what you want. It just needs to be something you know will happen. Maybe you expect your phone to turn on when you press the button. Maybe you expect water to be wet. Maybe you expect your favorite show to be available when you want to watch it. Find something, anything, that you expect with absolute certainty, with zero doubt. Step 3. Extract the frequency. Now you're going to feel that expectation. Not think about it. Feel it in your body. How does certainty feel? How does assumption feel? How does absolute knowing feel? It probably feels relaxed, easy, no tension, no question, no need to check or verify. Just knowing. That feeling? That's a frequency of manifestation. That's what collapses reality. Memorize it. Anchor it. Know that feeling. Step 4. Transfer the frequency. Now you're going to take that feeling of certainty and transfer it to what you want to manifest. Not by thinking about it, by being it. You bring your desired manifestation to mind while holding the frequency of certainty you just accessed. You're teaching your nervous system, this is how certain I'm about having this. This is how much I expect it. This is how deeply I know it's coming. Step 5. Live from the expectation. Now the crucial part. You don't just do this once and go back to doubting. You live from this expectation. Every choice you make comes from expecting it's already done. You don't check for evidence. You don't question if it's working. You don't wonder when it will happen. You just live as someone who expects it. As someone who knows it's inevitable. As someone who has zero doubt. Not as performance. As truth. As your actual internal state. Step 6. Ignore contrary evidence. Here's where most people fail. They start expecting. Then current reality shows them contrary evidence. And they collapse back into doubt. See? It's not here yet. I must not be expecting correctly. This isn't working. But current reality is always a reflection of your past expectation. It's showing you what you were expecting, not what you're becoming. So you ignore the current reality. Not by pretending it doesn't exist, but by recognizing it's just the old expectation's last echo. The new expectation hasn't materialized yet, but it will if you hold the expectation, if you don't waver, if you don't collapse back into doubt. Step 7. Allow the collapse. Finally, you allow the quantum field to collapse the new reality. You don't force it. You don't push for it. You don't try to make it happen. You just expect it. And you allow the field to respond to that expectation in its own time, its own way. The collapse is inevitable when the expectation is pure, when it's consistent, when it's unwavering. This is a process. 7 steps. But really, it's one step repeated. Expect it. That's it. That's the entire method. Simple, direct, effective. But nobody does it because it's too simple, because it requires being, not doing, because it demands consistency without the reward of feeling like you're working hard. And most people would rather do something complex and feel productive than be something simple and actually manifest. Now let me tell you exactly why you're not going to do the simple thing. Why you're going to hear this, understand it, and then go right back to looking for complex techniques to obstacle one. IT feels like you're not doing enough. When you just expect something and go about your day, it feels like you're not doing anything. Your mind says, I should be visualizing more. I should be affirming more. I should be doing rituals. Because doing feels productive. Being feels like nothing. And your mind equates nothing with not working. But the truth? Being the expectation I ask the work. It's just internal work. Invisible work. Simple work. And simple doesn't feel like enough even though it's everything. Obstacle 2. Your current reality will scream at you. You will start expecting abundance. Then you'll check your bank account. See the low number. And your current reality will scream, you're delusional. Look at the facts. You don't have money. And most people listen to current reality instead of their expectation. They let the past, current reality, override the future expectation. But manifestation requires you to ignore current reality, to recognize it's just the old expectation, and to hold the new expectation despite what you see. That's hard, not complicated, just hard to maintain. Obstacle 3. Doubt will creep in. You'll expect for 3 days. Feel good. Then doubt will whisper, is this really working? Should I try a different technique? Maybe I'm not doing it right. And the moment you entertain that doubt, you're back in uncertainty, back in the frequency of, I don't know if this will work. And that frequency collapses uncertainty. You have to catch the doubt immediately and choose expectation again, without wavering. Obstacle 4. You'll want to complicate it. Your mind will say, this is too simple. I must be missing something. Let me add visualization, and affirmations, and a ritual, and moon timing, and you'll take the simple thing and bury it under complexity, and wonder why it stopped working. Because it only works when it's simple, when it's direct, when it's just pure expectation without all the added techniques. Obstacle 5. Others will think you're crazy. You'll tell someone, I'm just expecting it. And they'll look at you like you're delusional. That's not how life works. You need to be realistic. You need to work hard. You need to face reality. And their doubt will infect yours. Their lack of understanding will make you question your knowing. But you have to hold your truth, even when others don't understand, even when they think you're being naive, because they are still manifesting through effort and struggle, and you're learning to manifest through expectation and ease. These are the obstacles. These are why you won't do the simple thing, unless you're committed, unless you're willing to trust simplicity over complexity, unless you're ready to expect instead of hope. If you're still here, you're understanding something radical. Quantum manifestation isn't complex. It's simple. It's just expecting what you want with the same certainty you expect the sun to rise. So here's what you're going to do. Subscribe to Quantum Pathway. This is where we strip away complexity and reveal the simple truths that actually create reality. Where we teach you to be instead of do. And in the comments, I want you to write 2 things. 1. What you're expecting, one specific thing you're manifesting. 2. Your certainty level, on a scale of 1 to 10. How certain are you it's coming? Be honest. This isn't casual. This is your baseline. You're acknowledging where you actually are so you can shift from there. If you wrote anything less than 10, you now know what needs a shift. Your expectation, your certainty, your knowing. And for the next 30 days, your ONLY job is to move that number toward 10, to build the expectation, to cultivate the certainty, to anchor the knowing, not through techniques, through being, through living as someone who expects it. And come back in 30 days. Come to this comment section and report your new certainty level and what manifested when you shifted your expectation. Write it now. Be honest. Commit to the shift. Start expecting. Stop hoping. Begin manifesting. Do it now. Here's what happens when you master expectation. When you live from knowing instead of hoping. When certainty becomes your default state, you stop seeking. Completely. Because seeking is a frequency of not having. And you're in the frequency of expecting to have. Of knowing it's coming. Of assuming it's inevitable. You stop trying to manifest. Because trying implies effort. And expectation requires no effort. You just expect and allow the collapse. You stop monitoring for results. Because monitoring is doubt. And you have no doubt. You know it's coming. So you don't need to check. And from that place of pure expectation, manifestation becomes effortless. Not because reality suddenly got easier, but because you're finally aligned with how reality actually works. You're collapsing possibilities through expectation instead of through hope. And expectation is the ONLY frequency that consistently collapses desired realities. This is mastery. This is quantum manifestation fully understood. This is what's available when you embrace the simplicity instead of seeking complexity. So here we are. 14 minutes ago, you thought quantum manifestation was complex, that you needed more techniques, more knowledge, more steps. But now you know. It's simple. Expect it. Collapse it. Done. That's the whole thing. That's all of it. And it's so simple your mind wants to reject it. But don't. Don't go back to looking for complexity. Don't add layers on top of this. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Just expect, with certainty, with consistency, with unwavering knowing, and watch what collapses. Watch what manifests. Watch what becomes your reality when you finally stop hoping and start expecting. This is Quantum Pathway, where simplicity is power, where complexity is distraction, where expecting is manifesting. The quantum field is waiting. All possibilities are here, available, ready. You just need to expect the one you want, and the field will collapse it into your reality, not through techniques, not through effort, not through complexity, through expectation, through simplicity, through being. You already know everything you need to know. You always have. You're just finally simple enough to see it. Now expect it, and watch reality respond. Welcome to the simplicity that changes everything.